Hey, guys. All right, so good afternoon. Welcome to the Administrative Zoning Public Hearing of September 10th. My name is Amber Blazinski. I'm presiding over the hearing today as the zoning administrator. I'll call the meeting to order at 4 p.m. So today's hearing will operate in a hybrid format. Staff, the applicants, and some community members are in person. However, we'll also ask if community members joining us virtually want to speak on an item at certain points in the meeting. When those opportunities arise, typically during the public comment portion of each agenda item, members of the public wishing to comment may do so by clicking on the raised hand feature in Zoom when I announce the item on which you wish to speak. Speakers will be notified of their turn shortly before they're called on to speak. All speakers, virtual or in person, will have 3 minutes to provide comments, with the timing dependent on the total number of speakers for each item. If you're in person, and you guys are applicants, right?
Yeah.
If you're in person and wish to comment on either of the items, please also fill out a yellow speaker card for us so we're able to accurately spell your name. The next portion of the meeting is oral communications from the public. This is the time set aside for people wishing to address the zoning administrator on any matter not on the agenda. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes, and state law prohibits any action on any items which are not on the agenda. So for anyone who's virtual, we don't have anybody in the room that isn't an applicant. So I'm asking virtually if there's anyone who'd like to speak on an item that's not on the agenda.
None.
Okay, great. So I'll now move to item 3, which is the zoning administrator public hearing. So item 3.1 is 700 and 800 East Middlefield Road and 1101 Maud Avenue and LinkedIn, with a request to amend a previously approved development agreement to grant a 5-year extension of the term for phase 2 of an approximately 429,000 square foot office development project. The EIR for the project was adopted by the City Council on November 27th, and the proposed amendment to the development agreement term does not alter the project conditions assessed in the adopted EIR, and no additional environmental review is necessary. Diana Pantrole is the project planner. Diana, do you have a staff presentation?
Thank you. Diana Pantrole, principal planner and project manager for this project. In light of a request received from the project applicant earlier today to continue the discussion on this item, to allow for further discussions between the city and the project applicant, LinkedIn Corporation, on the details of the development agreement, staff is going to forego a typical project presentation and recommend that the item be continued to a future date, which will be noticed separately. This continuation will allow staff and the applicant to have further discussions on the item before bringing it back for a formal project review with the zoning administrator and ultimately to the city council. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe our applicants are joining us virtually. You do not need to say anything today. However, if you did want to speak, can you please raise your hand in Zoom? Again, you'll have an opportunity to present in the future hearing, but anybody raising their hand, Roxanne?
None.
Okay. So I appreciate the remarks. I understand the position and the updated recommendation. Just with respect to that, I want to still provide an opportunity for members of the public who've taken the time to attend today's meeting to provide public comment today if there are any online for this item. So, at the future hearing, staff, the applicant, any public comment will also be accepted at that hearing. But I don't want anyone to feel like we didn't listen to them today. I'm looking at the camera because we don't have anyone in the room who's from the public who would speak on this item. So if anybody online wanted to, please raise your hand and let us know.
None.
Okay. All right. So I will then go ahead and close the public hearing. And as noted earlier, staff has indicated that the applicant has requested a continuance to work with staff on the details of the development agreement proposal and determine if there are any necessary changes to the project recommendation. Similarly, I need to have the benefit of city staff's analysis and review, to make a decision. So, and then also as a reminder, my decision today was a recommendation to the city council, who has the final authority to review and approve this proposed development agreement amendment. So all that said, I concur with staff's recommendation that additional time is needed, and I'm making a motion to continue this item to a date uncertain. When a new hearing date is determined, a new public hearing notice will be sent in accordance with our city code requirements. Thanks, Diana.
Thank you.
Hey, Jeff, do you need a minute?
Got to plug in.
Okay. Are you in Zoom?
Thanks.
Oh, you have to do that. All right. Okay, so we'll move on to item 3.2, which is 2500 Grant Road, the El Camino Hospital, with a request for a planned community permit and development review permit to construct an approximately 42,000 square foot, 3-story addition to the existing main hospital building, and site modifications, including 2 new courtyards at an existing hospital campus, and a recommended determination that the project is categorically exempt pursuant to section 15302 of the California Environmental Quality Act guidelines. Jeff Tamura is the project planner. Jeff, do you have a staff presentation?
I do.
All right. Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
frozen. Okay. Good afternoon, Jeffrey Tamura, senior planner and project planner for this project. I'm here to present the project at 2500 Grant Road for our planned community permit and development review permit to construct a new 3-story hospital wing addition to the existing El Camino Hospital campus.
There.
Okay. All right, so the project is located on the west side of Grant Road between North and South Drive in the P24 El Camino Medical Park Precise Plan. The project site is located within the 37.92 acre El Camino Hospital campus, which is highlighted in red on the screen. This portion of the site previously held a lab and laundry building and a portion of the old main hospital building, which has since been demolished. The project proposes to construct a seismic replacement of the existing facility on the same overall project site. This is an approximately 42,839 square foot, 3-story addition, which is Wing J, to the existing main hospital campus and site modifications that include 2 new courtyards. The new hospital expansion will support existing medical services to the main hospital building, including new outpatient observation units and recovery bays, lobby, administrative facilities, multi-purpose room, and mechanical room. Project also proposes a connector link to the new behavioral health services building to the rest of the campus. 2 new outdoor courtyards will be constructed, one of which will be an internal courtyard for behavioral health service patients, staff, and visitors, and a public courtyard located on the other side of the connector, facing out towards the drop-off area. The courtyards provide new landscape planter areas, benches, dining tables, public art, and new pedestrian pathways to hospital entry points, all of which is intended to contribute to the precise plan goal of enhancing the park-like quality of the hospital campus. City staff has completed the review of the application and is recommending approval based on the findings and conditions of approval in the attached report, including a recommendation that the project is categorically exempt per section 15302, placement of or construction of the California Environmental Quality Act, or CEQA guidelines. That includes staff's presentation. The project applicant, Ken King, and project architect, Crispin Lazarus, are also in attendance to answer any questions as needed.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. So it's your turn to speak if you want to. You don't have to. If you do, if you can come up to the podium. If not, no big deal. Up to you.
Hi, I'm Ken King. I'm the Chief Administrative Officer at El Camino Health and El Camino Hospital. I'm in my 38th year of employment with El Camino and have great responsibility of developing everything on the entire campus. This is the culmination of a plan that was envisioned back in 2016. And we're finally reaching that day where we can complete what we call the campus. This is the final element of our campus completion project. We appreciate staff's approach and communication collaboration with us on this project and look forward to continuing to provide great healthcare services to the community.
Thank you. All right, so we'll now open the item up for public comment. Again, for people online, there's no one in the room. If anybody online wants to speak, please raise your hand.
We have Christopher Kyle. Excuse me for any mispronunciations.
Okay. Christopher, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, you have 3 minutes.
Okay. Hi, my name is Chris Cow. I'm a resident of East Palo Alto. I'm actually at the hospital somewhat often. My wife actually works for El Camino Hospital, so I'll disclose that information. But from my perspective, the hospital is beautiful, and I think it's a great idea to connect the main wing over to I forgot the term, but like the new behavioral wing. It's just the hospital's done a great job with a lot of the landscaping improvements. I think it's really beautified the area, and I'm just really excited to see the vision built out. So yeah, I just want to support it, and that's all. Thanks.
Thank you. Anybody else?
We also have Genevieve Lurch.
All right, Genevieve, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Fantastic. Very nice to be invited to. I just have a comment. I am a neighbor of El Camino and a long time resident and neighbor of the El Camino Hospital, and as well, have used the services over there. Love your plan going forward, and as a neighbor, support it. As a community member, support it as well. My interest is to understand your communication to the community, to the neighbors with regard to the construction timeline, parking mitigation for both staff and construction workers, and look forward to working with or hearing from Ken King and team on how that will be communicated out.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anybody else, Roxanne?
No.
Okay, Ken, do you wanna make any comment or statement in response?
Sure. The good news about this particular project, it's really central to the campus, and it's in a location where we demolished the old main hospital. So we have quite a bit of space to lay down and for the contractors to work in without disrupting our existing parking or drive patterns or deliveries, any of those things, because it's a pretty tight location that they'll be working in. We constantly monitor our parking management because we lease our land from the healthcare district. We have our security officers have the ability to write parking tickets, and we administer our parking management plan diligently on a daily basis, which includes the utilization of 4 different parking garages and surface parking. We have some other projects that are wrapping up, internal projects are wrapping up, where contractors will be leaving this campus and site. So as we move into this building project, we actually reduce the total number of vehicles because of people coming to the campus because of the other projects completing. So we have a good plan for that. And how we can communicate in a variety of ways directly with our neighbors. Many of them have my cell phone number, so they reach out when they need to. But we can come up with a variety of ways of communicating with the neighbors, including our hospital website, putting information there, and keeping people informed.
Okay, so I think, Genevieve, if you're listening, then, you can, if you don't have Ken's contact information, you can always contact Jeff, and he can connect the two of you. Jeff's the project planner. And I think, yeah, that answers my question. Yeah. All right, so with that, I'll close the public hearing. And I'll move forward in making a motion to approve item 3.2 based on the findings and conditions posted online and the application materials reviewed by city staff. Please note that this decision of approval is appealable to the city council within 10 calendar days. And this concludes our public hearing today at 4:14 p.m. And if anyone has any follow-up questions on the items on the agenda, you can contact the project planner. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.